It was 2 p.m. on a brutally hot summer day. My dog was lying on the tile floor, panting like he had just run a marathon. I had the fan on, a bowl of ice water nearby, and still he was overheating. I could see it in his eyes. Desperate, inconfortable, and stressed. I needed something fast. That's when I saw Ida $25 cooling mat on Amazon. Just $25. Seemed too good to be true. But what I found inside this mat completely changed how I protect my dog during extreme heat. And I'm not exaggerating when I say you won't believe what's actually in there. Because it's not just some cheap plastic filled with mystery goo. There's real tech behind it. And the best part, these same products are available right now, easily accessible, and surprisingly effective. Let's talk about how it works. This mat isn't plugged in. There are no batteries, no wires, no buttons. Yet the moment your dog lays on it, it begins to cool. That's the magic. What's really inside is a pressure-activated gel called phase change material, or PCM. Reacts to your dog's body weight and temperature. When pressure is applied, the gel begins absorbing body heat and dispersing it back into the air. Think of it as a passive air conditioner for your dog's body. Most people think it's some frozen pad, but it's far more advanced than that. And if you've ever wondered how athletes or astronauts regulate temperature without external power, this is the same kind of concept, and it only costs $25. That's what blew my mind. Now, let me tell you something even more shocking. There's no refrigeration required. Unlike those outdated water-filled mats that need to be frozen for hours, these cooling pads work right out of the box. You don't need to freeze it, plug it in, or do anything. Just lay it out and it resets on its own after 15 to 20 minutes of non-use. That's perfect for dogs that like to move around or shift sleeping spots throughout the day. And if you're wondering which exact model I'm talking about, it's the Green Pet Shop Cooling Mat, which is one of the best sellers on Amazon. You can find it by searching Green Pet Shop Dog Cooling Mat. It has over 40,000 reviews. And once you understand what's inside, it makes sense why. But that's just the start. I went deep into Amazon's listings to see what else was being offered in this niche, and I found a few gems that honestly surprised me. One of them is the RF Pets Self-Cooling Mat, slightly more premium, a little thicker, and ideal for larger dogs or multi-pet households. It uses the same gel-based cooling technology, but comes with a more durable outer shell. Perfect if your dog is a chewer. Another one that caught my attention is the Chills Cooling Mat, especially popular because it's foldable, lightweight, and often bundled with a summer pet care pack. All of these are under $50, and yet they solve a problem that no fan or ice water ever truly fixed for my dog. But let's go a level deeper. When I cut open an older mat to see what was actually inside, yes, I literally sliced one open. I was expecting to find some cold gel or maybe foam. What I found instead looked like a thick, colorless jelly. And here's the kicker. This material is actually non-toxic, safe for pets, and designed to be activated and deactivated thousands of times. It doesn't lose potency, it doesn't degrade. It resets itself over and over again. That's why you don't have to throw it in the freezer or microwave. It's self-regenerating, and that's what makes it different from traditional pet cooling products. I also learned that these mats don't just work for dogs. Cats, rabbits, ferrets, even humans have used them for back pain and night sweats. And if you place one under your laptop, it works as a makeshift cooling pad. But for pet parents, like us, the biggest win is peace of mind. You're not just buying a Mataroo, investing in a safer summer for your furry best friend. And knowing what's inside these mats now, I can't believe more people don't talk about them. We're always searching for ways to keep our dogs comfortable in extreme heat, and this is by far one of the most effective tools I've found. And look, if you're still skeptically, get it. I was too. I didn't believe a $25 mat could do more than a cold tile floor or a wet towel. But when I saw my dog actually choose the mat over the floor, when I noticed him stop panting within minutes, when I felt the surface of the mat and realized it was cooler than the surrounding air, I knew this was something special. I even did a test. I laid my hand on the mat for 30 seconds, and it noticeably dropped in temperature. No electricity, no noise. Just science doing its job. So, what's the catch? Honestly, not much. They do wear down over time usually, after 1 to 2 summers of heavy use. The surface can get scratched or punctured if your dog has sharp nails or chews a lot. But that's the trade-off for a completely portable, low-maintenance solution. And at this price point, replacing it isn't a deal breaker. Think about it too. Spend more on a leash or a chew toy, and none of those help your dog when it's 100 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Here's something else I noticed. During heat waves, these mats sell out fast, especially the large sizes. In fact, when I went to reorder one for my sister's dog, the large size was backordered for 2 weeks. So if you see it in stock, grab it. Amazon usually has next-day delivery, and if your summer is anything like mine, you don't want to wait. I'll leave a few of the best-rated options linked in the description below. These are all under $50. All use the same gel cooling technology. and all have thousands of 5-star reviews. Let me wrap this up with one simple thought. Dogs can't tell us when they're overheating. They trust us to notice, to act, to protect, and sometimes, something as simple as a $25 mat is the difference between discomfort and real danger. I used to think I needed fancy gear to keep my dog safe in summer, but now I know the truth. Inside this cheap little mat is more powerful than I ever imagined. If you care about your dog, don't wait until it's too hot. Try one of these. You'll never go back, and your dog will thank you the only way he knows how, by laying down, sighing in relief, and staying cool.